The challenge on every restaurant is to maintain the quality. Quality has to be here.
Opening soon follows the true story of a restaurateur's vision, from concept to opening night.
You love the idea of the
Yeah,
place
it's
in
my
America.
idea. Of course I loved it.
Okay, it was your idea.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. Who is
It wasn't
you?
your idea. It was my idea.
If you're a perfectionist like Laurent or myself, it drives you crazy when you have to make compromises. Well, you're not gonna notice it because that beam's in the way.
On the surface, Jimmy Haber and Laurent Tourendel couldn't be more different. Laurent is a fiery Frenchman dedicated to culinary excellence.
I'm very meticulous.
Jimmy, a hard-headed New Yorker, is devoted to the almighty buck.
Believe me when I tell you that everybody measures their level of success by how much money they're gonna make, okay? And they can tell you otherwise, but they're full of baloney.
But I think it's pretty good, the display.
The door's here, right?
Both Jimmy and Laurent are uncompromising perfectionists who, in 2004, gave birth to their first restaurant in Midtown Manhattan. BLT Steak was an immediate hit and a surprise departure for a classic French chef.
When Laurent opened BLT Steak, he was doing something completely different. He deconstructed the plate. Instead of having this perfect, carefully wrought composition in the middle of the plate that included the side dishes, that included your protein and the sauce, he blew it apart, and you would get to choose, you get to kind of combine your own meal. And that's very American. It's a very American sensibility. And for a French chef, it's kind of like a wild and crazy thing to do, but people loved it.
Diners also loved BLT Fish, which opened a year later, and again allowed diners to customize their protein with Laurent's signature sauces and sides. Now Jimmy and Laurent are taking it up a notch. BLT Prime will be a $1.5 million meat palace aimed at the city's most discerning carnivores.
I'm going to divide the menu in four. One part will be beef, one part lamb, one part veal, and one part poultry. The challenge on every restaurant is to maintain the quality. It doesn't matter what restaurant, what concept, its quality has to be here.
They're taking a risk with the location, moving downtown to a two-story, 10,000 square foot space in Chelsea. An even bigger risk will be a glass-walled dry aging room displaying hunks of raw meat to diners while they eat. Laurent knows it's a gamble.
It's an education. I mean, I think you're gonna have people who love it and people who say, oh my God.
So far, Jimmy and Laurent have an unblemished track record. But in this city, the higher you go, the further you have to fall.
There's no question that I believe that we have been fortunate. I've had failures in restaurants, tremendous failures. I never take success for granted.
The life of the restaurant in New York is very short, So it's always a race somewhere.
They're putting a lot of pressure on designer Michael Bagley to create a mood of understated luxury.
People should be able to come into this restaurant and not necessarily say it was beautiful fabric, it was beautiful walls, it was beautiful lighting, it was beautiful food, it was beautiful service. They just said, I had a great time.
The space will feature rich textures, warm colors, and incredible attention to detail. Jimmy insists on perfection and questions every decision Michael makes.
Why would you do it in front of column? The column's not the center of the room. I'd rather have higher ceiling than a fake beam. And the other tile is ugly. It's this wasted open kitchen. Believe it, no.
Jimmy has very strong ideas of weight. And sometimes, you choose your wars.
In the kitchen, Laurent is just as relentless.
Yeah, like consommé, and it should be darker. Too much bacon. It tastes like bacon. Way too cooked. Not cooked enough, much.
It has to be exactly the way he wants it, you know what I mean? And that's it. There's no, yeah, that almost tastes like it. Yeah, that's almost it. Like, that's it.
It's 6 weeks to BLT Prime's opening, and the New York Times has just reviewed BLT Fish. The review will have a huge impact on Laurent's reputation and the BLT franchise.
Elevator to the ocean. BLT Fish, 3 stars.
Laurent gets the coveted 3 stars.
The New York Times. We have 5 copies, okay?
It's great news, but the stakes have been raised for Laurent and BLT Prime.
If he doesn't get 3 stars, it's going to be hard for him, and I think it could be problematic for the restaurant. This is a stranger neighborhood. You know, he's not going to have that same clientele. It's a little bit riskier. It's more on the edge. This location is perfect for a 3-star restaurant. I don't know if it's perfect for a 2-star restaurant. I don't know if people would actually take the taxi ride from the Upper East Side down here for 2 stars.
Already, the pressure in the test kitchen has intensified. Laurent wants a cutting board now.
Why is no f***ing board here, Jerry? Where is Jerry here? Can you get Jerry on the phone right now? I don't care, whatever. Tell him I want a f***ing cutting board.
He wants a f***ing cutting board, okay? Just get him a f***ing cutting board, okay?
BLT steak and BLT fish and BLT Prime are all exactly the same color. So when they tell me that it's green here and it's not green there, it's like, what do you do?
It's 4 weeks till BLT Prime's opening. True to form, Jimmy and Laurent aren't happy with the color Michael's chosen for the walls.
And the reason I put this here is so that you can see the relationship between the primary color for the restaurant and the proposed contrast colors.
And the formerly ugly color that we rejected even though he painted it everywhere.
Is that
Today, Michael unveils yet another shade of beige.
If you look, it looks green to me.
Green?
It has
I
a
thought you
very
said this
pale
looks
green
gray.
cast.
Yeah, but that looks green. That looks green.
Are you happy with
So
this
that's
color?
the main color.
That's the main color.
It's really funny because they give me such a hard time about the paint color, but BLT steak and BLT fish and BLT Prime are all exactly the same color. So when they tell me that it's green here and it's not green there, it's like, what do you do? Well,
Miraculously, everyone agrees on the artwork. Photo images of New York will be placed around the space, and 4 images of a bull will take center stage.
Remember Andy Warhol's Marilyn Monroe? Well, we're doing that with bulls, and we're doing it with 4 bulls, and there'll be 4 bulls that size on top of each other on that wall in fanciful colors like Andy Warhol style.
The kitchen is now in full swing. Executive chef Marc Forgione will be in charge at BLT Prime.
This is what I wanted, you know, from the first day that I fell in love with food. You know, I wanted to run my own kitchen someday.
But first, he's got to impress Laurent, and if he can't, he'll be gone.
Concentrate, okay? The only way to find out if you can do it is to do it. You know, I told him, all right, you know, let's go. Let's do it.
Over the next few weeks, Marc will be tested constantly. Today, he's created a series of dishes for Laurent to taste. First up, certified Black Angus Prime.
And that you should look the book because it's amazing.
Laurent's less enthusiastic about the grilled shrimp.
What is that?
It's lobster roll stuffing.
The lamb gets a lukewarm response too.
Not seasoned. More salt, more pepper.
So does the salad.
Tastes not what I want.
Laurent has rejected Marc's smoked tomato side dish 6 times already. Today, it passes the test.
Yeah, good. Went okay. You know, I think he was happy with the stuff that I knew he'd be happy with. And, some of the new stuff we tried, you know, didn't really win.
It's 2 weeks to opening, and the bull paintings have just been unveiled. Laurent is disappointed. He doesn't think the colors are close enough to the Warhol Marilyns.
This picture, okay, with Marilyn has blue. There is no blue here. The yellow is not yellow, it's golden. So the color are not respected.
the background colors are a perfect match to the marrow.
No, it's not actually.
Okay, we'll see.
Right now it looks like a bad artist did that, and it's been done in a bad way.
In a bad way.
That's my feeling.
Well, then you should never
I
prove
just
the
don't
first
think it
one.
fits inside.
You loved the idea of the
Yeah,
bulls and
it's
marrow.
my idea. Of course I loved it.
Okay, it was your idea.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. Who is
It wasn't
you?
your idea. It was my idea.
No, definitely not. But that's okay.
It doesn't matter. You know what? I'm not going there.
Whatever. Because that doesn't fit in the space. It looks very like. When we looked at it, like a lot of people last night, and like, nobody liked it.
Well, but again, though, you know what? I really. a response to anything that's strong is usually going to be negative at first because it's so in your face.
If I have to remove and put something, I will put something else, but I just don't like it.
If you're not on edge, you know what I mean? If you're not focused on it, you know, you're gonna see it in the food. And he'll see it in the food. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
With BLT Prime's opening only 5 days away, Jimmy and Laurent step up their pursuit of perfection.
This is a problem. That's a problem.
The wine cellar isn't up to snuff.
I think this is so cheesy. It looks like a New Jersey wine cooler. I was at the restaurant in New Jersey, it looks worse.
And neither are the tables for the banquettes.
It is way too small.
It is too small, yeah.
It's a 3-inch overhang. It's the same thing we did at BLT Fish.
Yeah, we had to have them remade.
No.
This is too small. It's too far away.
This is the last minute details that you sweat out. If you're a perfectionist like Laurent or myself, it drives you crazy when you have to make compromises because things weren't thought out or didn't get accomplished as promised.
I'm not comfortable now.
No, exactly. You want us to say that we're anal assholes? Yes, we are.
The bull paintings are still a problem. Michael consults with the art dealer about adjusting the color.
He would like everybody to look at these things immediately and know that this is a takeoff of Warhol, Maryland. I think that they already do.
Before, yellow was the issue. Now it's pink.
I think personally, the idea of those pictures is a pink. And we don't have pink here, and I think this is a problem.
Pink in the face. You can add some pink.
The dry aging room is done, but the question remains, how will diners react to eating alongside slabs of raw meat?
Certainly looks good. Now all we need is meat.
Dry aging meat is all about managing the process of decay. The meat is kept in a temperature and humidity controlled environment for 2 to 4 weeks. Here, bacteria and enzymes break it down, making it very tender. And as it dries out, the flavor intensifies.
This is a big moment in the whole entire history of the meat.
It looks great.
The mood in Mark's kitchen is more serious. The mock services have not gone well.
Yesterday we did food for the waiters, and it was a disaster. Just nothing came out the way it should have.
And today, he's prepping for an even tougher group of tasters. Laurent, Jimmy, and the BLT management team. The pressure is on.
1/4 medium with lamb T-bone medium.
You know what? I want you to have lemon juice too.
On the bar, right? Did I ask somebody to do that?
If you're not on edge, you know what I mean? If you're not focused on it, you know, you're gonna see it in the food. And he'll see it in the food. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Laurent critiques every dish that comes out.
Yes. Okay, here I need more salad. I need the sauce over. Too much sauce around. Crab, not very fresh. Doesn't taste good at all. This salad here, it's not seasoned. It's supposed to have this. Right. Lemony, olive oil taste.
Mark takes it like a man.
It's Laurent's name, it's my name, you know, it's BLT, you know what I mean? This is my job, it's what I'm supposed to do, this is my food, you know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? It's part of us going out there.
I'm very disappointed. Everything tastes very bad tonight, but no. No, everything tastes good actually.
But Mark's staff still has a long way to go. 600 people are expected opening night.
We've got to get there.
It's 2 days to BLT Prime's opening. The colors on the bull paintings have been adjusted, but Laurent's still not happy.
Bulls are not been done properly. It looks ugly. Nobody likes it. And we're just gonna remove it. So lost. Too bad lost.
It's fine. You know what? I understand the response to strong color and image. Now it's just going to be a 6 foot by 6 foot enlargement of a bowl that's become sort of the BLT bowl.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe bowls. They're available for us to donate to your favorite charity.
It's a big design and financial write-off, so now there will be even more pressure on the food to stand out.
I think we have 600 people coming here.
It's 6 hours before BLT Prime's opening, and Michael has finally found a wall color that Jimmy and Laurent like.
We finally decided that we love this color on this soffit, and we're deciding where else to put it.
The color is Amber Waves. 2159.40. It's a great color.
And after weeks of bull, Laurent finally approves the picture on the main wall.
What a great idea, Michael. What a great idea, those lines.
But even these control freaks don't know if they can manage the number of people expected tonight.
Actually, we find out Josh knows. I was just very scared because I think we have 600 people coming here.
You know, every time I turn my head, I lose control. Next thing I know, things get out of hand. We have to make sure the food is bad in the beginning so people don't stay.
With 4 hours to go, the dry aging room is finally full of meat, and Michael questions its impact.
I was kind of in awe when they loaded this with nearly $30,000 worth of beef, because it's a little bit overpowering when you stand back and look at a room full of meat.
I can see where it's going to have, some people are going to love it, and some people will love it less.
In the kitchen, even more meat. Mark has pulled out all the stops. Tonight he has to feed 600 guests and meet Laurent's expectations.
Yesterday they prepped all day, so now it's just putting it together. But you'll see tonight. It's gonna be crazy.
3 hours left, and the team still has to figure out how to serve the massive crowd expected.
This is gonna be a disaster.
There's
gonna be so many people here.
2 hours to go, and the team is still not satisfied.
I don't like those lights hanging down. I don't like those lights at all.
Miss Jeff, these lights are not the same at this end of the room as this end.
On the bright side, the banquet tables finally measure up.
How'd you get this one right?
I changed it before they shipped it.
You did? I have to tell you, we've never had a party where it was a big deal. Tonight's a big deal for some reason.
Tonight, the cream of New York society will decide whether BLT Prime is worth the cab ride downtown. At 6:30, there's a lineup to get in. By 7:30, the space is packed. Michael gets kudos from one of the city's premier restaurateurs.
I love the design of it. I think it's really amazing what they did to it.
And the meat room finds a fan.
I don't like seeing wine bottles, but I like seeing meat. I'd rather see meat than wine, because I don't like wine. I like meat.
The New York elite line up for the buffet in droves.
Pretty crowded. My greatest fears have arrived. I told you a lot of people are here and it's still early. We're running out of food in 15 minutes, right?
Mark, we can take some beef from the thing over there.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to. I mean,
No, we have to, yeah. I mean, you cannot let people go with no more food.
You can tell he loves the food, right? The way he's been opening it up.
Looks like Mark's job is secure.
You did it? We did it?
We did it?
Yo, we made it.
Laurent is in his element.
See you.
He loves this. He gets to cook and perform for his people. Exactly. He loves to perform for people. This is his stage, and he deserves, all the fans' adulation.
His food is outstanding. I would follow him anywhere. He's a brilliant chef.
Right now, he is it in New York City. He's the king of restaurants.
Another successful collaboration.
It's like any other marriage. There are great days and there are not so great days. No, but today's a great day.
Today's a great day.
Today's a great day.
Find more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.